Hello there, everybody. This is General Snivy, and welcome back to more of the God of War playthrough. God, it seems like forever since I've last said that. Anyway, last time we've completed most of the frickin' Temple of Pandora. So, as we made our ascent and completed all the puzzles there, we've also, excuse me, we've also managed to ascend up to the Cliffs of Madness, and we're just getting started. We did complete a few things, and we also technically missed a couple of things too, which, let me go ahead and explain this now. I did end up going back to my backup save file and just redo all the progress I've made up to that point. And I've also recorded a short video of grabbing what I missed, which was indeed the stuff. Also, hello Shawario Mox, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the bits, highly appreciate it.
Hi Snivy, more God of War. Let's go.
Indeed. Before we begin, there is one new follower that recently followed the channel yesterday. So, say hello to our newest follower, Omari Levy. So I figured I'd throw that out there too. Alright, there is one more little thing. Let me see if I can add this as a source. I think I can, even if I'm in the middle of a stream here. Let's see, media, yeah, this will work. Alright, here we go. What you're seeing here is a video that I recorded in 1080p at 60 frames per second because, technically speaking, though I am streaming in 720p, I have this program set up to record at 1080p 60. Though the final recordings are still in okay, is this playing in slow motion to anyone, or is it just me? Yeah, I think that's what's going on here. This is clearly not right, so okay, I'm gonna try something a little bit different. Apparently, the video file is not working properly when being played through XSplit for whatever reason. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is, I know that this is recorded properly. At least it should be. Okay, yeah, it is. Alright, what I'm going to do here... Yeah, I thought so. I figured there was something going on. Also, my green screen's kind of freaking out. Excuse me. Okay. We're going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to switch scenes real quick to PC recording. And we're just going to record the video that I've made. This scene that I have here is primarily made for like local PC recordings. Though for later purposes I will be making a scene for like PC gameplay and such stuff of that nature. So anyway, if you guys remember this room within the Trials of Hades, the one where you have to dodge flaming boulders as they come charging at you, yeah, the very end of this room, you can actually make it to the very end, and not only can you find, okay, I wasn't sure if my audio was coming through or not, but anyway, if you manage to make it to the very end of this room, you'll find some treasure chests. Also, if you hear any additional voices there, such as me saying, like, damn it, the reason why that was there was because, the way I have this set up, it records both the commentary as well as the gameplay audio all in one track. And as such, I forgot to mute my microphone for the recording, so it's really nothing major, but I figured I'd throw that out there. But anyway, at the very end of this room, you'll find not only some treasure chests containing like some health orbs, red orbs, you'll also find a book which contains some literature from a certain servant. And here's the missing phoenix feather. Even though it said we only have 2 more to find, that was only 2 more according to that particular save file. 8 dead ends, 1 way out. Will you find it before the flames of Hades incinerate you? And that's basically that. There's really nothing else to this room. Just make it to the very end and you'll be fine. So, let's switch back to our regular scene. Thank God for Stream Deck being awesome. That way I can do so very easily without too many interruptions. Not only that, but I've also found... oh, yes! I have heard of that, and I've seen a few video reviews of it already. Even one from Review Tech USA. Anyway, not only did I find the missing Phoenix Feather, but I've also found some additional red orb chests, which have given me more than enough to level up Medusa's Gaze up to level 3, which we will be doing so now. With level 3, we have a stronger Freeze Beam and Gorgon Rage. Just hold L2, just push L2 and hold circle, freezes all surrounding enemies, which is awesome. And with that, it's at its maximum power, which is freaking awesome. Okay, so the last 3 upgrades we have here are for the Blades of Artemis, Army of Hades, and the Blades of Chaos. And, yes, the Super 64 is indeed $150. Okay. There is one more thing that's worth noting too, and that is, after collecting all Phoenix Feathers in the game, which I did pick up the last one at the end of the last play session, it did give us a trophy. And the trophy I will go ahead and pull up real quick before we actually get things underway. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to load up all the trophies on PS3. And here it is. Stick it to your cap. Collect all Phoenix Feathers. So really, we're basically done with collectibles in the entire game. Pretty much. Let me pull up all items just to be sure. And that is a yes. All items have been collected, which is sweet. Alright. As far as me getting my hands on the Super 64 HDMI thing, I may consider getting one, but really, I think the next thing I really want to invest in is getting a EverDrive version 3.0 for the Nintendo 64. For those of you who don't know, no, you cannot get the God of War collection on PlayStation 4, at least as far as I'm aware. Unless you're a PlayStation Now subscriber, in which case you could get like access to some of the God of War games through the service. But again, as far as the actual collection is concerned, especially God of War Saga, that's a no. You can't get God of War Saga on PS4, at least not yet. I wish you could, but you can't. The only God of War game that was on PS3 and is also on PlayStation 4 right now is God of War 3. God of War 3 did receive a remaster, and from what I've heard, the PS4 version compared to the PlayStation 3, it's not that much different in comparison. It's just a smoother frame rate, it's more stable all around, plus it has a 1080p image as opposed to 720p. So, that's sweet. Alright. Now, I did figure out where it is I'm supposed to go to next. We're supposed to backtrack a little bit here, as the weight of which we lifted up at the end of the last play session. With an EverDrive, what you can do with it is essentially play any sort of ROMs that, depending on the EverDrive itself and what system you get it for, the EverDrive can play basically any game that you throw onto it via an SD card. So essentially, if you have, say, some Nintendo 64 ROMs on your computer, you can transfer them over to a SD card, use an EverDrive, and play them on original hardware, which is awesome. It's also very convenient as it essentially makes it so all cartridges that you own are preserved, and you just have to worry about the ROMs being on the EverDrive. And the reason why I want to get an EverDrive for myself is just so that way I can preserve all the games I do have currently. Not only this, but using an EverDrive is really the only way I can access and also use to the fullest the Banjo-Kazooie Speedrun Practice ROM. Basically, that ROM is a special ROM of Banjo-Kazooie where you get access to essentially a debug menu of sorts, and you get access to some cut features such as the ability to return to Grunty's lair. You also get the... let's see. You also get access to a special sort of cheats, I guess you can say, such as being able to fly anywhere, transform into any of the transformable creatures in the game from anywhere. You can also access an infinite amount of X number of items. There's a lot that you can do, and it's also very useful for practicing certain tricks within Banjo-Kazooie. Such as, like, say, for example, Reverse B Adventure. If you want to practice that, you can do so very easily with the practice ROM of Banjo-Kazooie with the help of an EverDrive. So really, not only is the EverDrive very useful, it also preserves whatever physical copies of games that you own. So you don't have to worry about whether or not the ROMs are going bad or if there's any sort of corruption going on. Like, let's say, for example, the EverDrive for the Nintendo 64 is called the EverDrive 64. I'm planning on getting it from a site known as Stone Age Gamer. Stone Age Gamer is a site where you can buy like retro accessories and EverDrive cartridges. You can also buy EverDrives from Castlemania Games as well, but with Stone Age Gamer, you not only get their branding on the EverDrive cartridge, but you also can choose to get an SD card with it. I think they have between 8 gigabytes to, I believe, 32 gigabytes. That's about high as an SD card you can put into EverDrive on the N64 anyway. Well, then again, you can use any size of SD card as far as I'm aware, but if I'm going to get an EverDrive on the N64, I'm going to get at least a 16 gig micro SD card. What do we have here? This doesn't look friendly. Anyway, this room. Let's have fun with this room. This room contains yet another timed puzzle, as this room is literally a minefield of spikes. Anyway, what we have to do here is move this stone block as far over to the wall as possible and do it quickly. If you don't move fast enough, you will die instantly. So, of all places to get an EverDrive from, I highly recommend getting one from Stone Age Gamer. At least in my personal opinion. Castlemania Games is also a really great choice too, except they just offer the EverDrive cartridge itself, and not so much the SD cards. The SD cards you would just have to purchase separately. Damn it! Wow, that sucked. Okay. not only is there an EverDrive for N64 out there, there's one for Game Boy Advance, Super Nintendo. There's also one for Sega Genesis. There are many different makes and models of what version of EverDrive 64? There are two versions of EverDrive 64 that are available on Stone Age Gamer as well as Castlemania Games' website. There's a version 2. Something, I think it's a 2.0, and there's a 3.0. The difference between 2.0 and 3.0 are primarily feature related. With 2.0, you not only have the ability to just play any games from any region on the SD card itself, but the big quirk with it is that there is one Japanese exclusive N64 game known as Animal Forest, which, if anyone's familiar with that, that is Animal Crossing, the original one that was later brought over to the States on the Nintendo GameCube. Animal Forest was originally released on the N64 and used a real-time clock. And with EverDrive 2.0, it is not compatible with Animal Forest. It's not like I'm really looking to play Animal Forest, because obviously I can just get Animal Crossing and be good with that. But it's there for those who want it. And one more very unique feature with the EverDrive 2.0 versus 3.0 is if you want to save progress in a game, like say for example Super Mario 64, which saves data onto the cartridge itself, with EverDrive version 2.0, you would have to essentially hit reset on the console in order to save your progress. But in like version 3.0, you don't have to worry about that at all whatsoever. Instead, all you have to worry about is just playing through the game and just saving progress like normal. Not only this, but version 3.0 also has a real-time clock, so you can play games like Animal Forest if you want to. It also has some additional features that are also fairly useful, though I wouldn't call them big game changers, but in my honest opinion, I would highly recommend getting version 3.0 of the EverDrive 64 just for the ability to save progress without resetting, which is honestly the better asking price. And the difference between 2.0 and 3.0 as far as pricing is not that substantial. And the version I'm going to be getting is definitely 3.0. I'm going to be getting the version 3.0 of the EverDrive 64 cartridge. Just, again, for the ability to just play the games like normal and I don't have to worry about resetting whatsoever. Best of all, the prices between the two versions are, there is a difference, let me tell you. There is a bit of a difference. What's the difference? I think around $50 or so of a difference. If not, it might be a little more than that, but regardless. Definitely well worth the additional price for just the convenience of not having to hit reset on the N64 console itself. Plus, you also get some additional features, such as the aforementioned real-time clock, and just better compatibility overall. As with the N64's, the EverDrive 64, it does have nearly a 100% compatibility, and I think it should be able to play all my games perfectly fine. The thing about getting an EverDrive for the N64, though, is it is very expensive. It is a very expensive investment. Like, on Stone Age Gamer, I'll get to that in a minute.
The path before Kratos was clear, but still, the memories came rushing back, as familiar and permanent as the blades chained to his wrists. Memories of what he'd done in the name of Ares. Memories of how he'd become a servant to the god of war. A beast. His humanity robbed and replaced only with the will to murder. No one was safe. Entire armies fell before Kratos and the soldiers who followed him on his unending path of conquest. All in the name of his master. Those who offered resistance of any kind were dealt with quickly.
They've built this temple to offer prayers to Athena! This entire village stands as an affront to Lord Ares! Burn this village! Burn it to the ground!
Emboldened by the god of war, Kratos' army was ruthless, feared throughout the world for their brutality. All that mattered was conquest in the name of Kratos, their great leader, who had become near invincible. He feared nothing. But there was something about this temple, something forbidden. All his instincts told him he should never cross its threshold. Never step inside.
Beware, Kratos. The dangers in the temple are greater than you know.
But the village oracle's warning fell on deaf ears. His ambition would not be denied. All who opposed him would die. In that instant, the glory he had reveled in turned to horror. The image of his two final victims would stay with him for all his days. With that act, Kratos knew he could no longer serve his master. He had but one calling now, the death of Ares. He would murder the god of war.
Ares, you will die for what you did that night.
See. So, blinded by pure conquest and power, Kratos ultimately killed his family. His wife and only child, too. My lord. Kratos has had one hell of a fucking journey, let me tell you, and it's only going to get even more intense from here. Ooh. That is a very strong attack with the Medusa's gaze and everything. However, it does cost a lot of magic power to use. And if I understood the amount of magic that was used correctly, it basically drained the entire block. So really, Medusa's gaze, the third and final level, along with the 360-degree turning, and that attack, you better be sure you get a lot of enemies with the attack, otherwise you're going to be out of magic quicker than you can possibly imagine. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Kratos accidentally killed his wife and child just in the sheer fact that he was blinded by power. Power and rage. It was definitely not a good time for him, that's for sure. And as a result, he wants to take revenge on Ares, which makes perfect sense. Great jump. Of course, I'm all the way back here now. Oh, man. as when I'm going to get my hands on an EverDrive 64, it's going to take a while. It's going to take at least a few months of saving up my monthly allowance and everything. Or if I get a job within the near future, hopefully I'll get one. And if not, then I'll just keep doing what I'm doing now. Job searching, and just doing what I do best. But either way, that is my next big investment, what I'm going to be doing. As with something like that, it will cost a pretty penny, but it will definitely be worth it. Especially when trying to preserve N64 games. Especially with like my copy of, say, Super Mario 64. If you guys remember that playthrough where the game would randomly crash for no reason, well, again, it's just due to the cartridge's age. Some things just aren't working properly anymore. So, as a result, random things can happen at the worst moment. Which, again, that happens every now and again. Alright, let's see what we got here. Honestly, I thought I made that the first time through. Guess not. One thing you should definitely do is be careful when crossing this gap. Don't go too fast, otherwise you will get sliced and killed immediately. Okay, I see what we gotta do here. This honestly isn't too bad. I guess you do have to be fast when crossing that gap after all. Because if you aren't fast enough, you won't be able to cross this gap here to reach this gate. And there are several bars of which you have to raise in order to even be able to do so. What's this? This looks kind of suspicious. But I'm pretty sure that in order to get something like that to trigger, we're going to need to drop something from a very high height. Actually, before I move forward, I really want to see what's behind here. If anything, it might be something useful. Definitely see after I recover from death. Dang it. Wow, of course. It would respawn me all the way back here. And before the second switch is even pressed. That's sad. Again, sometimes the camera can be kind of a pain in the butt. Just due in part with not being rotatable in any way. Like, you can't really rotate the camera to your liking, which is unfortunate. I mean, you can do that in, like, the new God of War reboot, but not here. This one has, not necessarily fixed camera angles, but more like, angles that are more dynamic, if you know what I mean. That Crash Bandicoot syndrome, like the first one, where if you're moving backwards, you can't really tell where you're going running backwards. It's the same sort of thing going on here too, but not necessarily 100%. Okay, let's wait for a better pattern. Okay. There is some sort of mechanism, a timer that goes off. guess I can't go over there yet. Alright, duly noted. Let's move on then. I think we'll be able to go over there eventually. Just right now we can't quite do that just due to the fact that the door that is behind those two steel cage-like door structures. There is one other door which we can't break down for any reason whatsoever. And that does suck a bit. But oh well. Such is life. As far as what's left of the game, there is still a bit left to go. I don't know how much left exactly, but I'm pretty sure we're close to the end. I know I've been saying that for like the past few play sessions now, and I really thought that I was going to be able to finish it within session 3, but that was clearly not the case. As we still got a ways to go with this place. Honestly, I think the longest part of the entire game is definitely this place right here. As there are a lot of rooms, a lot of puzzles that you have to conquer, and a lot of things that you have to do. And hello, Trouble. How are you? That was awesome. One thing worth mentioning is, believe it or not, you can actually pause buffer during those quick time events. Pause buffering can help you when it comes to trying to nail certain commands and also be able to do it within a timely fashion. It's also very useful for games like Sonic Unleashed as well, because the same thing is also possible. I mean, granted, Sonic Unleashed's nighttime combat thing is also very reminiscent of God of War, which makes sense. It also makes sense that pause buffering works just as well as it does here. Honestly, once you get rid of the big brute guy, the rest of the enemies here don't seem to be that bad. Just slice them and dice them, and eventually they will all go down and die. Nice and quick. Just now I kind of want to see what's on the other side of these places. Okay, I'll gladly take it. Now, let me know if the audio balance for the gameplay as well as my commentary are balanced. I mean, if one is still too loud, please let me know so I can make adjustments accordingly. Because during yesterday's, or more or less a couple of days ago, when I did some speedrunning in terms of Banjo-Kazooie, I ran into some issues where the sound was basically non-existent for the gameplay. So, as a result, I had to make some adjustments. Come on, back the other way. And that should be good. Boom. All done. What this does. Oh, I see here. I think we're supposed to use, like, the statue from over here and move that over to this switch. And I felt some vibration indicating that some trouble may be lurking. Indeed it is. Fantastic. Again, I apologize if you hear any sort of background noises whatsoever going on right now. Airplane is flying overhead. I don't know if that got picked up on the microphone or not, but just in case it did, figured I'd mention it. Bye. Nice. Triple square. Not very often you get like a triple of the same buttons, or a triple combination of the same buttons over and over. Fighting just one of these guys one-on-one is pretty easy to take them out without sustaining too much damage like I'm doing here. Because again, they choreograph their attacks, and it's very easy to tell when they're attacking and what they're going to do. Okay. That takes care of everyone. I think for speedrunners, they either go out of bounds or they deal with these guys extremely quickly. I have no idea. I've never really tried to watch any sort of speedruns of this game in particular whatsoever, just due to not having too much interest in watching speedruns of the game being done. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. Okay. I think what I gotta do here is activate the one switch from way back here, race back to the other one. Ouch. And then after that, all three should remain activated at all times. Then again, maybe that's not the case, but I'm willing to give it a shot and see what happens. Ow! God damn it. I hope I don't respawn from too far back. Okay. At least all the enemies are still gone. So that's a good thing. So at least we can try this again. Crap. Damn it. Let's keep going. It's kind of weird how that cutscene just keeps playing over and over again. I get the fact that that switch is activated and everything, but even so, there's no real need to keep telling me, hey, it's activated. Go for it, kiddo. Okay. sometimes you just gotta risk it for the biscuit. God damn it. I think I got another idea of what I gotta do here. I really wish I could just climb on this rope. Oh wait, I can. Okay then. Never mind. For whatever reason, it was like the rope was not letting me climb it before. Okay, that works. Alright. Now I know what I gotta do here. Oh, wait. There we go. That was easy enough. Now we just gotta race all the way back here. Okay. I was like, wait a minute, why is this switch not going down? Alright. I'll have to wait. I took too long starting this thing. Damn it! Well, that's lame. Honestly, I think I just got plain unlucky with the patterns of these moving platforms here. God damn it. Why didn't Kratos grab on? Don't tell me I gotta do all that crap again. Wait, what? Okay, that was weird. That is weird. How is it that it remained activated? I honestly don't get it. Yeah, I know, right? And somehow I just cheesed it by dying. And I wasn't even trying to do that either. But it just happened. It's weird. Anyway, the note reads, "Tried to stop me. She said the gods were fools. That I was a fool. She may be right. But they came to me. They believed in me. She had to be stopped. But now they are gone. My entire family. I cannot go on." Oh dear. Looks like some sort of family feud occurred here. What the heck is this? Sketches of the many traps that fill Pandora's temple. At the bottom of each sketch is the name Athos Verdes III. Okay, still more sketches, I see. I'm pretty sure they all say the same thing, even though the sketches are different for each part. Yep. It looks as though this body, or these two bodies here, are fresh. Although it looks as though their carcasses have been here for quite some time. As far as how long they've been here is anyone's guess. Alright, let's see what we got over here. A keyhole in the shape of a skull. I think I may know what I have to do here. Yep, as I thought. Goodbye. Gotta love disrespecting the dead. And even getting a trophy for it, too. Alright. Let's see what we got next in this wonderful temple. As we just somehow walked through a 2D image. Which, again, that is a trick that the developers employ to save on performance. So, an area that needs to not be loaded fully just is preserved in like a 2D static plane. So, frame rate is preserved and load times are kept to a minimum. Because, as I've shown in the last play session, load times can pop out of frickin' nowhere. And for whatever reason, sometimes they can take a while to load things. And sometimes they could outright crash the game. For no reason. But anywho, that was that. Overall, pretty interesting place. As we continue to rise to the very top of the cliffs of madness, I wonder what trials await us next. Only one way to find out, folks. Kinda wish I could just jump down to the very bottom of this staircase. So that way I don't have to run all the way around. Excuse me. Bit of a dry throat here. Okay. Looks like some sort of mechanical death trap. Ooh, this looks like the final challenge before we finally locate Pandora's box. It seems to be located within that sphere. But to get to it is no mean feat. Alright, so the final major obstacle in this room is moving platforms as well as harpies just flying around about and archers everywhere. As you can see in this room, if you approach any of the walls, then the walls will crush you and take some of your health away. Thankfully, it's not an instant kill, but it's still pretty damaging and annoying. Okay, what killed me there exactly? Was it because I was set ablaze or something? That must be it. I was set on fire and died instantly. Ooh, frame rate somehow took a tank there. You don't see that very often.
The rage of the gods drive your blades, Kratos.
Okay, this room can be kind of a pain in the ass. Damn it! Okay, so, hang on. It looks as though, my players have, crashed. I hope this is still recording, the stream at least. Twitch? Everything okay? Okay. It looks as though my preview player on the Twitch dashboard is just completely busted. So I have no idea what's going on as far as the player is concerned, but the player on the actual channel page is perfectly fine. So I guess I'm going to have to just use this. Use the channel page as a video player. Just to monitor everything and make sure everything is still up and running normally. Okay, so from what I've noticed with this room in particular is if you stand on these platforms for too long, you'll be insta-killed. At least as far as I'm aware. And these harpies also have a big tendency to just throw you into the frickin' fire, even if you jump off miraculously. What button is magic? Okay, what? How did I die there? God damn it, man. Whoa! Frame rate just went into single freaking digits there. Went like 3 frames per second there. I don't know what the heck that was all about. Okay, so I guess one other thing we're learning about this room is if you stand on the platforms that are not holding up conveyor belts for too long, you will die instantly. So really, air combat is your best friend here.
Let the rage of the gods drive your blades, Kratos.
Off the freaking chain, please. Jesus. These harpies are normally not that bad, but because of the fact that you're on a freaking conveyor belt and they're constantly bombarding you all the time, they can be kind of a pain in the ass. Especially with the walls that are constantly dealing damage to you. I'm gonna die on that. Yeah, I'm so freaking. Come on, man! That was so goddamn close. Damn. Yeah, it looks like the video player on the dashboard is just completely busted right now. So it appears as though Twitch is having some problems right now. I don't know what those problems are, but it is unfortunate. Again, this is why I also record my live streams, so if something does go horribly wrong, at least, if it does go wrong, I always have it recorded. And whatever you guys missed, I'll be able to share with you all later.
Let the rage of the gods drive your blades, Kratos.
This dive attack is actually a lot more useful than I gave it credit for. harpies. Dive attack is useful for taking down armies, too, for whatever reason. I don't know how it's possible, but it is. And I guess it sort of makes sense considering that harpies are aerial dangers and everything is diving right down at them, but even so, just about done here. We just got a few more enemies to take down. Yeah, looks like a few more harpies. I think this is just the end of the swarm. We got just one more wave of just single harpies. Yep, we're done. Good God, man. That was one hell of a battle. One of the hardest entire game, that's for sure. It's an image of man battling Zeus himself. It is an image of the future. Ooh, it's foreshadowing that of God of War 2. I wonder how that's going to be. Oh boy. It's quite interesting to see. A huge foreshadowing of things of that magnitude. Okay, 3526. Still not enough for upgrade yet. Ooh. Looks like this is it. Indeed it is. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Pandora's box. The power to kill a god.
Kratos, your quest is at an end. You are the first mortal to ever reach Pandora's box. There is still time to save Athens. You must bring the box back to my city and use it to kill Ares. Return to Athens, Kratos. Return and save my city.
I wonder how we're going to get this thing out of here. That's a question within itself. However, I think that question will be answered right now. Because after unlocking Pandora's box, we're given a nice ride from the very top of this temple all the way back to the entrance. Holy crap, what a freaking journey this has been. Now that we have Pandora's box in hand, it's finally time to return to Athens and take the fight to Ares. And yeah, you literally have to drag this box all the way to the entrance. Notice how I say to the entrance, and not to Athens.
You must bring Pandora's box back to Athens, Kratos. You cannot defeat Ares without it.
I know that for a fact. And even if you would try to kick this thing, you can't really kick it very far. And is it really faster than just pushing it?
After 1,000 years, Pandora's box was at last freed of its confines. Kratos had found the means to destroy the god of war. Far away in Athens, Ares knew Kratos had succeeded in his quest.
So, little Spartan, you've recovered Zeus's precious box, but you will not live long enough to see it opened. I will see to that. Goodbye, Spartan. You will rot in the depths of Hades for all eternity.
As the life began to leave Kratos, his thoughts returned to that fateful night. Even in death, the memories, the visions would not fade. For how could he forget spilling the blood of his own family? A cruel trick orchestrated by the god of war.
My wife, my child, how? They were left in Sparta.
You are becoming all I'd hoped you'd be, Kratos. Now, with your wife and child dead, nothing will hold you back. You'll become even stronger. You will become death itself.
But as the flames consumed the temple, Kratos realized his true enemy was the god who once saved his life. The same god who had now taken everything from him.
Ares!
From this night forward, the mark of your terrible deed will be visible to all. The ashes of your wife and child will remain fastened to your skin, never to be removed.
And with that curse, all would know him for the beast he had become. His skin white with the ash of his dead family. The ghost of Sparta had been born. In the end, in death, he had failed. As the minions of Ares claimed Pandora's box, Kratos' life faded, and his cursed soul was cast into the fires of Hades. And Kratos fell into the Underworld, the river Styx beckoning below, the currents strong enough to carry even the strongest mortal to his eternal resting place. But Kratos had no intention of resting yet. He intended to live, to return to Earth and complete his quest.
Let go, fool! You won't drag me down to that cursed river!
There is a task left for me above. I will see it completed.
You again? Oh.
And with that, Kratos' life was completely destroyed by Ares. And thus, we are now in the depths of hell, aka the world of Hades, or the path of Hades, if you will. But regardless, welcome. Welcome to hell, where all life ceases to exist. So, even though Kratos' soul was sent here to the Underworld, we're not going down without a fight. Not by a long shot. So, with that in mind, let's get moving. Within this place of eternal damnation, we fall to our deaths immediately. Because I'm just that good at video games. No. Instead, we have a new set of platforming challenges. And these platforming challenges are considered the hardest yet. There are several paths in which you can take, but I believe all of them lead to the same place. All of them intersect at one point or another, and I can't believe it is. Again, keep going. Oh, that stinks. There's also a trophy here which you can earn too at a later point. But again, it is considered a pretty difficult trophy to obtain, just due to the challenge of which it asks you to do. Another fairly big problem with this place is that you're constantly battling depth perception. Depth perception can honestly be your worst enemy within this place. Like, you don't know how far a platform is, and you can't exactly view a sort of shadow to figure out where you're supposed to go. I mean, you can, it's just really difficult to do. It seems as though all these platforms are nothing but platforms of blood, which that does make sense considering the context of this place and what it entails too. So within this place, we have some fire-themed enemies that are basically inferno swordsmen. And of course, it's not going to be easy to get through here. Has to be expected. Hello, we're in hell for Pete's sake. And it's not just any sort of hell like a personal hell. No, it's more like general hell. Kind of wish we would go to robot hell, so that way we can get a song out of it too. Wouldn't that be something? As expected with this place, we'll have some of the hardest enemies to fight yet. And these guys are purely relentless. They have endurances like no other. Also, magic here, I believe, is incredibly scarce. I could be wrong. And then again, like I said, I haven't played the game in forever, at least in its entirety, so I can't say for sure. Okay, here we go. Here we have some more fun platforming challenges. As you make your way through, these blades will be spinning on this frickin' log, which you can easily cross without too much of a problem. Just, again, move at a slow and steady pace and you should be fine. I wonder why this one didn't start rotating right away. Weird. The speed at which these, logs of, blood and tissue rotate, I think, varies. So if you feel like you're gonna fall off, one thing you can do to help alleviate that and get across more quickly is just literally hop your way across. It's wide enough to do that. You can hop across without too much of a problem and no fear of dying either, so that's pretty nice. Just again, don't go too fast, otherwise you will get sliced and diced. You definitely don't want that. There's also a lot of branching paths within this section too, where you can get some extra chests of red orbs. Damn it. And if you end up getting chopped by one of these things, then unfortunately, yeah, you're done. You're going to die immediately because it'll more than likely throw you off. Thankfully, I think each of these platforms is a checkpoint for itself. God damn it. Nice respawn, eh? I'm not sure, but I feel as though this section is the area where you can get that trophy for completing the entire thing without taking damage. Yeah, no way am I getting that trophy now. Again, it's not like I'm really going for all trophies. I mean, if I get them all, great. If I don't, then I don't. Okay, I think another thing worth pointing out too with these things is not only do these rolling logs vary in speed, but they also change directions. God damn it. Dead again. And of course I'm back here. Really? You're not dead? Now he is. Jesus. Bye-bye. If you want to proceed across here safely, one thing you could do is literally wait it out and wait for the logs to stop rotating, and then start making your way across. Oh crap. Jump! Thank you. Honestly, I can't believe I survived that. That's the thing about this camera. It is kind of a pain, especially when trying to traverse backwards. Damn it! Freaking shot in the freaking head. And of course I'm back here, because fuck this game! You know what, fuck it. I'm gonna take this guy out before he ends up trying to take me down again. Now I can go back here safely. And I say that in the most loosely based way possible. As no place here is safe, it never is. And of course I did that, because I'm just that good. It does mark a checkpoint upon reaching that... God damn it. Again? Okay, so, as I was saying before I got interrupted yet again, at least it does mark the checkpoint for reaching that particular platform, which is nice. Okay. Now, can we please get out of here without getting killed? Damn it! I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Motherfucker! I knew it. I knew I was gonna fucking die too. Tried to recover, but no! I'm not good enough to recover and do that shit. Are these chests even worth it? Yes, they are. They're always worth it. Always go for it. Don't question it. Just do it. Fuck me. Well, unfortunately, this is taking forever. Why does this have to be so damn annoying? Though checkpoints are frequent throughout this whole ordeal here, not every platform you step on is a checkpoint, which is unfortunate. Especially when trying to go for optional chests that are lying around the bout. They often do not have checkpoints with them. So you kind of have to grab the chest and just pray to God that you make it back. And no, I was not trying to make a pun there, I'm just stating the obvious. Wait for a little bit. Again, sometimes it's a better idea just to wait it out, wait for the speed of the frickin' logs of death to slow down enough, so that way you can just safely make your way across at least most of it. I saw something back over here. Okay, I think this is progression. Now I want to see what's on the other side. So, at this point, another pretty obvious observation here is that all the enemies here, not only are they tougher, stronger, and faster, but they're also on fire! It's to be expected. It's hell. Quite literally, it's freaking hell. Even though it seems like the Blades of Chaos have a fire attribute associated with them, they don't. They don't have any sort of fire or elemental attribute associated whatsoever. So that's worth mentioning. I swear to God, if that harpy threw me off just because I went for that chest, I would have Oh crap! You motherfucking ass! How? I swear to God, I killed them all. But I guess not. God, that is so annoying. Especially not having any magic power either is also very annoying. You may think that insta-killing harpies by grabbing them out of the air is a good idea. Well, the thing is, at this point in the game, doing so will rob you of all red orbs that you can obtain by killing them normally. So, that really, really blows. Are you dead? Please tell me you're dead. I'm gonna say yes. You know harpies, though, sometimes they love to surprise you and be like, "Surprise, motherfucker!" and then dive in and ruin your day. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. That was bullshit at its finest. Absolute bullshit. No way should I have died there. Does that blade in particular have a bigger hitbox than the actual blade itself? Is it like the leaves in Banjo-Kazooie where the hitboxes are much wider than the actual leaves themselves? If so, that's complete bullshit. I really don't understand how people can get through here without getting hit or dying for that matter. It's quite a mystery. But I believe people can do it. Hopefully no bullshit happens this time. Hello, harpies. Let's dance. It really sucks that the freaking dashboard is just completely busted right now. I think Twitch overall is kind of busted. So that's the reason why it seems like nothing appears to be happening. Open these chests activates some sort of trap. And more harpies show up out of freaking nowhere. Is that all of them? Please tell me that's all of them. Okay, I think that is all. I wish I could see the blade back here. Oh my god, I thought I was dead. Everything's good. Despite the situation, we're good here. Oh man, that was absolutely painful. Oh man. I honestly can't believe we actually managed to survive all that crap. Man, that was truly something else. Not a fun section to go through whatsoever. Okay. Thankfully, I don't think the rest of this is anywhere near as difficult, though I could be wrong. Because it looks as though right now we have some archers to deal with. And it appears as though the Blades of Chaos just can't block the archers. I guess this is why they give you a magic refill. That way you can get some zappings down to the freaking ground. Another thing too with these archers is that they also have a very big tendency to unleash like a three-way barrage of arrows at you constantly. So it's very likely they'll end up hitting you before you can even strike them down. And as expected with these Minotaur enemies, they are also on fire and are a hell of a lot more painful to take out. Okay, why even give me the circle option if it's not going to work? There we go. I guess I needed to attack it some more. There we go. God, I needed that health so bad. And I still need health technically. Okay, the reason why I stuck around there just for a second was just in case more of these assholes decide to show up, which I can see they've done. Okay, is that one guy? Yeah, he was frozen in place, only temporarily though. I really don't like fighting these Minotaur-like enemies in groups. I really don't. not a fan at all. We still got more. Fantastic. So overall, this entire freaking gauntlet of literally hell is hell. It's a very, very difficult place to get through as expected, and for obvious reasons. We're near the very end of the game, too. That's just how freaking close we are to the end. As enemies get that much stronger, faster, and bigger as a result. Oh, man. That was far too close. I think with that we have enough... Yep, we have enough red orbs to upgrade our Blades of Chaos to level 5. Which, believe it or not, like I said, is the final level which the Blades of Chaos can attain within the entire game. The last two upgrades are going to cost us 20,000 red orbs in total. Which, let me tell you something, that's gonna be something. All done. So, with level 5 Blades of Chaos, we have some new moves, such as the Lance of Furies. We can do that in the air as well. Might of Hercules. And some new abilities for the Rage of the Gods. We have Athena's Blessing with infinite magic while in the Rage of Gods active, which is awesome to see. So with that, that basically means that anytime we're in Rage of the Gods mode, we have infinite power, which is awesome. Oh man, that feels so good. So freaking good. Well worth the upgrade, let me tell you. Okay, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that we now have this ground pound like ability that we can unleash. We can also still unleash the army of Hades. But honestly, is it worth it? I'd still say yes. It is worth it. Why don't we do that? Good night. So another thing worth noting too is with this ground pound ability now, the longer you charge the move, the bigger the blast radius will be. So if you just charge it and unleash it immediately, it's not going to cover very much ground. So that's definitely something worth mentioning. Okay. Now we got some real fun that we gotta do here. You see this Tower of Blaze here? Basically, you gotta climb this entire thing. That's gonna be fun. if you get hit by this thing, then you're going to be dropping all the way back down to the very bottom. So that's really annoying. And yeah, I think this is a place where you can get the trophy for not taking damage for this whole place. So if you do end up taking damage, it may not be a bad idea to just simply respawn at the previous checkpoint. That way you can go at this again and the trophy can still count. God damn it. One thing I will definitely mention is be careful when trying to ascend up this tower, as if you jump at the wrong moment, you may end up jumping into some blades, which is not something you'd want to have happen to you, unless you want to become a shish kebab. In which case, more power to you. God damn it. No, I don't want to quit. God, that's the last thing I need to do now, is quit and lose a whole bunch of progress. Damn it, I jumped right into the frickin' blades again. Again, I just want to get this whole section done over with as quickly as possible, yet I have to take my time, otherwise I'm going to do that. Okay. Honestly, I feel as though the best thing for you to do is just climb this normally. And only jump for it if you feel like it's absolutely necessary. But for the most part, you really shouldn't do that. Unless you really want to die. Or miss out on this trophy. Oh, come on! I jumped up! That's bullshit! Why did it jump to the side? I hit up! I hit up! On the freaking analog stick. Why did it not register? I have no idea, but it's absolutely stupid. Yeah, I knew I was gonna get freaking cut. Should've just descended. But no, I had to be Mr. Speedy Gonzales here and try to continue. Again, sometimes it's a better idea just to stay in place and wait for a better pattern. Are you fucking kidding me? Again, that did not hit me. I don't know how it registered it as a hit. Oh, damn it. Failed it again. I wish it would just automatically kill you. That way, you can just redo the whole thing without having to go into the pause menu and select it, and then just continue that way. Okay, that's the first tower. Oh, wow. And that's the trophy. Like I said, that trophy there, you got the touch, is... Hang on. Ugh. I wanted to turn on my fan. I'm starting to sweat. Anyway, as I was saying, that trophy there is very difficult, but well worth the effort. It's a gold trophy after all, and well deserving as such. Okay, yep. Climb the spiked column in Hades without taking damage. Okay. Thankfully, it's just the one that you have to worry about. None of the others you have to worry about whatsoever. Yeah. Thank God you just have to worry about that one tower. Just the first one. The other one, you can just ascend and take as much damage as you want. Granted, of course, if you take too much, you will still die. But thankfully, once you earn the trophy, you don't have to worry about losing it ever. Unless you create a new gamer profile, in which case you will lose the trophy. But even so, figure I'd throw it out there. Again, these blade towers are very tricky to ascend, especially when trying to figure out when's the best time to make your ascend and when to descend. Because if you get a bad pattern, you'll end up doing that and wasting even more time. And also a lot more health too, which is not something you want to do. Again, sometimes it's a better idea just to wait it out and see what pattern the blades are. And again, thankfully the blades are not randomized. They do have a set pattern. God damn. I need to slow down. I cannot do this fast. If I try to do it fast, I'm just going to get killed. Depending on the difficulty that you selected at the start of the game, will determine the amount of damage you will receive when getting hit by these blades. As you can see, they don't deal a whole lot of damage, but on higher difficulties on like hard and god mode respectively, they will deal a lot more damage over the course of the game, or over the course of the difficulty of what you selected. In which case, that just results in death that much more quickly. Bad pattern. Oh my god, I can't believe I actually made it. Far too close, and way too much time has passed just because of that crap. Oh man, that was painful, but I'm glad that it's over and done with. Like I said, this place really is a difficult place to get through. It's to be expected after all, since we are literally in the depths of hell. Basically the gateway between heaven and hell itself. Here we go. Oh great, now we got these guys who are also on fire. That was easy enough. Oh wait, it's not over, not even close. So, with this final challenge here that we have to go through here, we have to defeat several waves of these guys in order to have more and more platforms appear. They also will try more often than not to throw you off of the arena too. Which they can do so very easily. Might as well take advantage of the rage of the gods while I can. Am I right? I'm kind of surprised that guy let me grab additional magic power. Usually that doesn't happen. Might as well take advantage while I can, am I right? Got a little more left. Really? I couldn't freeze him with stone? That's crap. Well, this unfortunately just got a hell of a lot harder. When it comes to this arena in particular, the corner is the worst place to be. The corners are the worst places to be in the entire arena, and the reason as to why is, again, if the enemies grab you, they'll throw you off of here without any hesitation. Throw you right into the depths of hell, and that's not fun. And if you happen to die during this entire ordeal, you'll have to redo this challenge again. How did I not get shot here? I have no idea, but granted, I don't care. Too close for comfort. Okay. We're just about done here as far as I can tell, which is awesome. Just got a little bit more to go, and then we are finally out. Whoa, hello. A stone slab from way above the surface. As if someone was waiting for us this whole time. I wonder what that's all about. So, with that, folks, we are finally done with the depths of Hades. Man, that was one hell of an endurance test, that's for certain. Welcome back to the Temple of the Oracle, people.
Kratos. And not a moment too soon. I only finished digging just a moment ago.
Who are you?
Now that is an interesting question. But for now, you must hurry. Athens needs you.
But how did you know I would...
Athena isn't the only god keeping watch on you, Spartan. Complete your task, Kratos, and the gods will forgive your sins.
Was that guy Poseidon? I'm pretty sure Poseidon also helped us greatly, which is awesome. I honestly can't believe that we received help from yet another god somehow. That was definitely something, let me tell you. So with that, we literally just got out of the depths of hell, and now we are finally back in the world of man. How is this possible since the soul gets sent to the depths of hell and the body remains behind? Is it the body then transferred back over to the soul upon entering hell? I honestly don't get it, but it's really weird. Video game logic at its finest, folks. And looks like Athens really changed since the last time we were here. As expected, it's nothing but sheer devastation. It's to be expected because of Ares' rage. Oh! Looks like we're not alone here anymore. Ooh, damn, that's nice. So here we have some additional ogres that we have to fight. I'm not too sure how many we have to fight exactly, but it's a pretty good amount. And again, thankfully, these guys are nothing in comparison to what we've been through the entire game. So getting through these guys shouldn't be too difficult to do, especially with executing quick time events and everything. Goodbye. Goodbye. Phew. Alright. With that done, we can now finally proceed that much further forward. But as you can see, this entire area that was once had water and it just looked really nice, now it's just a complete utter wasteland. It's completely devastating and destroyed. Again, it's to be expected because of Ares' rage, and also us being kind of dead. Wrong way, damn it! I kind of needed that magic power there. That's why I went for the... Oh, hi. How y'all doing, ladies? I get the fact that you all want to lay your eyes on me and everything, because I'm just that much of a hunk, but I can't quite let you do this. Sorry, ladies. I'm taking it. Even though he's technically a widow, who cares? Welcome back, Shawario Mox. Glad that you can make it back. Earlier I had a bit of a technical issue, not so much on my end, but more so on the end of Twitch. Basically, the video player on the dashboard is not working anymore, so I have to switch to the channel page in order to view everything. So is everything still good on your end too? I just want to make sure. mean, if it is, that's awesome. Aloy is ready to hit him. Well, this was definitely a fun time. Oh, what do we have here? I think this is the area where we last seen the Oracle. Okay, good. I wanted to be sure everything was still fine. As, like I've mentioned, the Twitch dashboard's video players kind of crapped out. And it looked as though the video player here on the channel page was also crapping out, but thankfully that doesn't seem to be the case right now, which is awesome. All it needed was like a refresh, but on the dashboard it didn't quite work so well. All I see is a black screen.
Kratos, return, but too late. Ares has taken Athens. There is no more hope. No hope.
Ooh. Wow. It looks as though the Oracle is basically dead now. Again, it's to be expected because of Ares' devastation and everything, but damn. Holy crap. He really seems to have thrown essentially a victory party in celebration of the conquering and destruction of the city.
Kratos had traversed the desert of lost souls, bested the deadly traps of Pandora's temple, and escaped Hades itself. There was but one task left.
Zeus! Do you see now what your son can do? You cast your favor on Athena, but her city lies in ruins before me. And now, even Pandora's box is mine! Would you have me use it against Olympus itself?
Kratos, returned even from the Underworld.
Is this the best you can do, Father? You send a broken mortal to defeat me, the god of war?
After thousands of years, Pandora's box was finally opened. The power of the gods unleashed.
You are still just a mortal. Every bit as weak as the day you begged me to save your life.
I am not the same man you found that day. The monster you've created has returned to kill you.
You have no idea what a true monster is, Kratos. Your final lesson is at hand. Prepare to join your family, Spartan.
Hello! Okay, why did I say hello? What I meant to say was, welcome to the final boss, everyone. It's time to fight Hades. I mean, not Hades, but Ares. That's what I meant. Ares, the god of war. The man who essentially created us and molded us in his very image. He is here and he is ready to kick your ass in any way, shape, or form he sees fit. He hits like a truck, he is very powerful, very devastating, and he has a ton of health as to be expected. So fighting him is no easy feat, let me tell you. There's a lot that you have to do in this fight, but honestly I feel as though unleashing the maximum power of Poseidon's Rage really is the best way to go. Another thing you could use against Ares army of Hades. They can also be of some help. Now, I don't think they'll deal as much damage as fully upgraded the size of Radiant. One other thing worth noting too is that if you end up dying at any point in this fight, which is probably going to happen here, unfortunately, you have to redo the entire fight all over again. Rolled away.
You are no warrior.
Okay, at this point in the fight, I think after you've drained out half the Ares' health, he will start unleashing some brand new attacks at you. These new attacks can be very, very devastating, as seen here. Because I can't seem to avoid them at all. Also, Ares will randomly take to the sky to rain some fireballs down on you. Who does he think he is? Bowser? But anyway, Ares is definitely the most difficult boss in the entire game, and rightfully so. He's the final one, for Pete's sake. One thing I will definitely mention is the block button is definitely your best friend when it comes to whenever Ares pulls out his hammer. I don't know if the hammer itself is active. But regardless. Ow. Honestly, the best weapon you can really use here, other than your magic power, is definitely the Blades of Chaos. Artemis is a good weapon within itself, but honestly, the Blades of Chaos are better just apart with the fact that they have longer range. Thankfully, throughout the course of this fight, whenever you get damage Ares enough, he will drop some health and magic orbs. Granted, it's not very much, so don't waste them like I am. And one more thing worth noting too is that you really shouldn't worry too much about counterattacking when you block an attack.
Resist me, Spartan.
God damn it! I'm sorry. Damn it! God, I hate this fight so much. And it's especially annoying in God mode, too, where Ares can just kill you in like a matter of a couple of hits. Plus, the load times for this fight can take quite a long time to get through. Plus, I don't think you can skip the cutscene, which follows here. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that you can't. Then again, maybe I really should try to skip those cutscenes.
Kratos had traversed...
Okay, I can't skip. As you can see, Ares just basically drained half of my health just from that one attack. And having a Rage of the Gods right now, especially with fully maxed out Blades of Chaos, really can be quite a lifesaver.
It's not the best you can do.
Well, that was not a good time to use that.
You cannot defeat me, Spartan!
The only thing I can really say about this fight is that it is very difficult and it takes quite a while to take Ares down. Just watch as he choreographs his attacks and just block accordingly as much as you possible. There are some attacks in which Ares will end up breaking the guard of, and it usually involves him slamming down his hammers, as if he was Thor from like the Marvel movies, or is it DC? I think it's Marvel. Like I said, this does take quite a bit of time to get through, but again, just take your time, block as many attacks as you can, and you should be able to get through this fine. God mode, I don't know how good the blocking maneuver really is, but I do know one thing for certain. Ares will take out a hell of a lot more health in God mode, obviously. Excuse me. And he's also more difficult to deal with, too, as a result.
You are no warrior.
Because you forced me to kill my entire family, and you also permanently scarred me for life with your ashes. You've done a lot wrong. So why else would I try to kill you right now? Another piece of advice worth mentioning here is if you don't see Ares reacting too much to your attacks and he's getting ready to do one of his own, immediately stop doing what you're doing and just wail and just block the attack immediately. Start blocking and you should be able to get through this. Nice.
You have already lost, Spartan!
Another thing worth noting too is really your best option when it comes to attacking Ares is definitely going with light attacks. Not only can you get through those attacks faster, but you can also get into your blocking animation that much sooner. Damn it!
And embrace your death, mortal.
After Ares gets his health reduced down to like its last little bit, you will have to get into a cute. You'll have to do a sort of button mashing minigame. You'll have to do a series of quick time quests.
The rage of the gods drive your blades, Kratos.
A little late, don't you think? Whoa, man. What are you doing now? Oh, it appears that it's not over yet, folks.
Ways to kill a mortal, Kratos. Flesh that burns, bones that break. But to break a man's spirit is to truly destroy him. Do you recognize this place, Spartan? The location of your greatest failure? Perhaps there is a chance you can undo the deeds of the past.
The nightmares that had haunted Kratos for the past 10 years had now taken form and substance. His past stood before him.
Kratos! What's happening? Where are we?
By the gods, can this be real?
Ooh. Whoa! Okay. Hello.
Daddy!
Ares! There is nothing you can put in my way to stop me. I will save my family.
Okay, so now we have another fun endurance test. So for this one, a bunch of ghost-like Kratos are going to be swarming our family here. And so we have to do our damnedest to, we have to do our best to protect them and make it so they don't die. If they're running low on health, one thing you can do... Ow! Jesus! Anyway, as I was trying to say, one thing you can do to help their survival is give up some of your own health to restore theirs. You can do so by pushing and holding the circle button. Just hold circle button pressed to hug your family. Hugging your family will transfer your life into them. The exchange rate to restore their health is relatively generous, at least on this difficulty. Not so sure about the other difficulties though. It may be more extreme. Thankfully there's no friendly fire that you need to worry about here, so go wild, go nuts, unleash everything you've got. Just again, unleash everything you've got, kill everyone in sight, and just try to protect your family as much as possible. And again, if you feel as though their health is getting a little low, feel free to give up some of your health too. Just don't give up too much, obviously. Otherwise, you will end up dying. And dying here is a big, big no-no. Because if you end up dying here, you have to redo this whole sequence all over again. Thankfully, though, you don't have to fight Ares again in this first phase. You just have to redo this part all over again. So the best spells to utilize here throughout this whole entire battle here is Poseidon's Rage as well as the Army of Hades. Those are the two best spells you can unleash throughout the whole freaking battle here. God damn it! I really do appreciate the music score that plays here throughout this battle here. Thankfully, there's not too much left.
Ride your blades, Kratos.
Oh man, that was too close.
Saved his family.
Kratos, please take us home.
Do you see, God of War? You took them once, but you'll never have them again.
You cannot save them, Kratos. You gave them up in your quest for ultimate power. There is a price to pay for everything you gain.
Not that price. I didn't want them to die.
No price is too high for what I offered, and you rejected me. A god! Now, you will have no power, no magic. All that is left for you is death!
Ooh, damn!
Oh, not again.
You should have joined me, Kratos. You should have been stronger.
By the gods.
Ooh.
The battle was not over. The gods, it seemed, had a final gift for Kratos.
I still have allies in Olympus, Ares. Now, you will see how strong I am.
Alright, time for the final phase, folks. In this fight, we have a battle of swords here, which need to be unleashed. So, if you're familiar with using the Blade of Athens, it's basically the same sort of thing here. However, this is more like a battle of titans, if anything. The more health that you reduce on Ares, the better. As when you are reducing his health, you gain health in return. The same is also true if Ares is kicking your ass.
I will show you what real power is.
Ow. By the way, I don't believe that the, damn it. Okay. That works. That'll help with, gaining some health back. Screw you, Ares. Screw you. And everything that you've done. There we go. Oh, come on. I was so far away from that attack. How did that connect? God damn it.
Now, you will be truly
pretty sure I'm dead here. Which, thankfully, if you do end up dying here, you just have to redo this whole phase again. So, at least the checkpoints here, though they are kind of strict, they are generous enough to provide you a checkpoint for the beginning of each of the 3 phases of this battle. So that's nice.
Join me, Kratos!
Basically, with this weapon in particular, it already has maximum power. The Blade of the Gods is this is a very powerful weapon, if you couldn't tell. Unfortunately, you can't carry this weapon with you to New Game Plus or anything. It's just here for the final battle. Kind of like Super Sonic is for like Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2. Same sort of thing here, just you don't have to do any sort of arbitrary task, such as collecting mystical gems. You just go through the entirety of the game. And like I said, this battle is purely one of endurance. If Ares is blocking your attacks, just keep wailing on them until you activate a quick time event. In which case, just mash the circle button like frickin' mad.
I will show you what real power is.
Once you get to that point, not only can you score some free hits on Ares, but you can also deal a lot of damage to him too. Though it doesn't always work, so that's something to keep in mind. Come on, please die already! Again, I know this battle takes quite a bit of time, especially if Ares is wailing on you. If he's wailing on you, then it's likely that you're going to end up dying. That is something you really don't want to happen. You don't want that to happen at all, ever. I think this weapon also has its own moveset, so let me check that real quick. Yeah, it does. Magic sword sent by the gods of Olympus. Okay, so if you push and hold L1 and push any of the buttons, you get the Zeus's gift, Poseidon's gift, Athena's gift, and Hades' gift.
Now you will be truly tested.
Okay, what?
Join
Really?
me, Kratos.
Okay, seriously, how is it that, it seems like I dodged the attack, but in actuality I didn't?
You cannot defeat me, Spartan!
Yep, I'm dead. God damn it. It's like, once Ares gets some combos on you, that's it. Your ass is grass. That is so annoying. Especially when it seemed like you were getting so close to the end, and then it just suddenly just shits on you. And it's not like you can really block very many attacks with this sword either. And that's the annoying thing.
Spartan!
You can block this, but not very many others. That'll help a lot. Again, how is it that that hits me sometimes and most of the time it doesn't? I clearly dodge the attack and yet sometimes it just does not register me dodging.
You should have joined me, Kratos!
Like there, somehow I dodged it, even though I clearly didn't. God. Again! Once Ares gets a combo on you, you're done. Pretty much.
Goodbye, Spartan. You test my patience, Spartan!
Though if Ares blocks your attack, you should still keep wailing on him anyway, just to see if you'll get the QTE or if it'll just outright destroy you. You can never really tell if he's going to unleash the army of Hades on you, or if
you cannot defeat me,
or if he's just going to blast you in the face. And if he blasts you in the face, again, you're just done. Because there's no way you can block the attack or anything. Honestly, I feel as though the third and final phase is the most difficult one, because this is the one where it's beyond your control. You can't really do much of anything with this. It's basically determined on whether or not Ares blocks your attack and just completely murders you, or blasts you in the face, freaking fireball blast. It almost seems kind of random for whatever reason. It feels as though this fight is purely random. You just gotta mash buttons and hope for the best. Like here, I just got really bad armor. I just got completely wrecked. This is really... I really hate this fight. I really do. I mean, the first two phases are fun, but the third and final one, oh, Jesus. Unless there's some sort of trick that I just don't know about. Maybe a speedrunning tactic of some kind. I'm not really sure.
All your strength comes from me. Now you will be truly tested.
Again, why is it that there are most of the attacks I can't block whenever I get hit by the fireball? Is the recovery time really that bad with Kratos?
You should have joined me, Kratos!
Yeah, I'm dead. I'm just dead. Might as well just go ahead and restart the fight anyway, because, I'm done. There's no shame in restarting a fight if you feel like it's just not going your way whatsoever. Again, it just feels like this fight is purely random of whether or not you win or lose. And it's also random of whether or not Ares will counter and just send you packing, or if you'll actually be able to do that to him with the quick time event.
You cannot defeat me, Spartan!
And it's not like you can roll out of the way once you're hit or anything. Wish you could, but you can't. And it takes like 2 million years just to be able to get back up on your feet again. Yeah, another fail. What else is new? Seriously, fuck this game! And fuck this boss fight! Definitely one of the worst. I hate freaking final boss fights that are purely RNG dependent. And this is definitely RNG dependent. Just like with Final Fantasy VIII. It's really that bad. There's gotta be something I'm completely missing here. There just has to be. I really don't understand this fight. Again, how was I supposed to know he was gonna do a fireball attack, like at point-blank range? Again, with the fireball thing, how are you supposed to block that? How are you supposed to dodge it, too? I'll tell you, you don't. I guess with this fight, what you need to do is let Ares come to you. You need to play defensive here. Be as defensive as you can.
Goodbye, Spartan.
God damn it. Come on, man. Let this be the end. Die! Thank you. Jesus Christ.
Kratos, it was I who saved you in your time of greatest need.
I haven't forgotten, Ares. I remember how you saved me.
That night, I was trying to make you a great warrior.
You succeeded.
Kratos had done me impossible. A mortal defeating a god. Ares was no more. The city had been saved and would thrive again. The same could not be said for Kratos, for as he sought to rebuild his soul with the help of the gods, the truth was revealed to him.
Athena, rid me of the memories that haunt me still.
You have done well, Kratos. Though we mourn the death of our brother, the gods are indebted to you. We promised your sins would be forgiven, and so they are. But we never promised to take away your nightmares. No man, No god could ever forget the terrible deeds you have done.
In the end, knowing the visions of his past would never leave him, Kratos made his way to the bluffs overlooking the Aegean Sea.
The gods of Olympus have abandoned me.
This looks familiar.
Now there is no hope.
And Kratos cast himself from the highest mountain in all of Greece. After 10 years of suffering, 10 years of endless nightmares, it would finally come to an end. Death would be his escape from madness. The fate of Kratos was not as it seemed. The gods had other plans. Borne aloft like a feather, Kratos found himself risen from the sea and placed on solid earth.
You will not die this day, Kratos. The gods cannot allow one who has performed such service to perish by his own hand. Ares' tactics were brutal. His path of destruction had to be stopped. But now there is an empty throne in Olympus, and a new god of war is needed. Take these stairs, Kratos. They lead to your ultimate reward.
So with that, after defeating Ares once and for all, we acquired Athena's Blades, which means our Blades of Chaos are now gold-plated. And I think it automatically gives you level 5 Blades of Chaos. I could be wrong, but then again, who knows? Regardless, we have enough red orbs to upgrade both of these abilities up to level 3, so with that in mind, let's upgrade these last two abilities up to level 3 and upgrade everything to their maximum potential. After one long journey, it is finally done. We have finally successfully defeated Ares and saved Athens. Not only this, we've acquired great power along the way, increased our health beyond that of a mortal man, obtained Blade of Athens level 3 with more power increased, and we've obtained great power from the gods as well, such as Poseidon's Rage, Medusa's Gaze, Zeus's Fury, the Blade of Athens, as I mentioned before, and also the Army of Hades. As we increased our power that much further up to level 3, our final ability is now at its maximum, after what seems like 10,000 years. And done. We got the most powerful souls of which the Army of Hades has to offer. And with that, we also get another trophy as well, which I think this is supposed to signify that you have successfully gotten every single ability to their maximum power, which is awesome. Since replaying through the game from my backup save file from before, it has given me the extra red orbs necessary to even be able to achieve such a feat. Otherwise, I would not have been able to do this. I would have had to wait that much longer. Yep. Max out all weapons and magic. That is everything. Everything is at maximum power, which is freaking sweet. And at this point, there's not really a whole lot that we can do now. While your demon still haunts you, the gods have decreed you will not die this day. You can also head back down if you want, Below you, you see the blooded sword used to kill Ares, the god of war. Like I said, you can continue by, actually, no you can't. Never mind. I thought you could, go back just a little bit, but no, you can't. You can't do that. You have no choice but to continue to move forward.
Your battles are at an end, Kratos. Your journey is over. Take these steps to Olympus, and your place among the gods.
Indeed, I shall. Welcome, everyone, to Mount Olympus. Minus the fanfare, if you know what I mean. Anyway, Mount Olympus literally is our last stop. There's nothing really here to worry or mention whatsoever. There is one more save point here that you can use, but really, what's the point of even having a save point here, even though our journey is at an end? Your guess is as good as mine at this point. Here we have a couple of statues. First is the bones of the defeated foe, which is the Minotaur boss whom we fought quite a while back. And the second statue is that of Ares. You are finally free from your servitude to this insane war god. Let's destroy them! It may not seem like that we can destroy these statues, but believe it or not, you actually can. You can actually destroy both of these things. It just takes quite a lot of hits. Honestly, I feel as though the best sort of attacks that you can utilize is definitely the L1 plus triangle attack. Just mash that over and over again while in the air. And you can get a lot of hits on these statues here. I think you also get access to new moves too with these new weapons here. Yeah, you have Icarus Lift, Ascension. Basically all the moves that you've had previously. They're basically more of a cosmetic sort of thing, I guess. Like I said, these take a ton of hits in order to destroy. It may not seem like that you can destroy them, but trust me, you can. It just takes quite a while. A lot of attacks need to be connected to the statues themselves. And once both of these statues get destroyed, you'll actually reveal a very big secret. As far as what that secret is, we will be showing that off. Or at least I'll show off this part of the secret. Believe it or not, this secret that's going to be revealed is actually divided into two parts. The first part is revealed to us after we destroy both of these statues. However, the second part doesn't get revealed until after you beat the game again, but on God mode. I seriously don't understand how many hits it takes to truly destroy these statues. But like I said, it takes a lot of them. A lot of hits in order to destroy them. I don't think you can use magic to destroy these things. Even if you could use magic, I don't think it's really recommended to do so anyway. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that magic really is not the way to go with this. Maybe you have to destroy the statues in a certain order. Because it seems like I was wailing on the Ares statue for like several minutes and it still did not get destroyed. Also, the Blades of Athens really is not a very effective tool to use for destroying the statues here. I seriously wonder how it is I got like a 2-hit combo. By the way, the game only really ends after you sit on the throne. Once you sit on the throne at the very center of the room, that is the end of the game. That's clearly how the game ends. If you do approach the throne, the only thing you have to do in order to sit on it is just push R2 and then that's it. That's literally it. That's all you really have to worry about. I know you can destroy these statues. I know it was that way in the original PlayStation 2 release. I'm not sure why it's not crumbling and getting destroyed in this version. Maybe they made it so you can't destroy them in this version? Nah, that can't be right. There we go. That's how it's done. That's one statue down, and there goes the other. Congratulations, you found our Easter egg. Will you know what to do with it? Secret message number 2 unlocked. Yes, let us save progress, indeed. I think I might have accidentally skipped over that Easter egg. However, we can easily view that Easter egg in the main menu once we finish everything here, which, now that both statues are destroyed, we can finally take our rightful place as the new God of War. This is the throne of the God of War. Take your rightful place upon it. And thus we shall. And that's it.
And from that point forward, throughout the rest of time, whenever men rode forth to battle for good cause or for evil, they did so under the watchful eye of the man who had defeated a god. They were driven forward by Kratos, the mortal who had become the new god of war.
Roll credits. Quite literally. Congratulations, you have conquered God of War. Now attempt God mode. Yeah, no, bite me. So, after that, now it gives you a message saying you have completed God of War. Treasures of Olympus have been unlocked. God mode has been unlocked as well. Would you like to save? Of course. Why the hell wouldn't I? Why the hell would I not save progress here? That's kind of a dumb idea. To not do that. So, as the credits roll, we get a look back of everything that we've done up to this point in the game. Granted, it is rendered in lower resolution because the FMVs being predetermined and pre-recorded, and it's also using the original PlayStation 2's footage. So that's the reason why the footage looks kind of grainy and kind of nasty. Again, that's just the way this HD collection is handled. The gameplay and everything else is enhanced as far as graphic fidelity is concerned, but the actual cutscenes themselves are their original resolution on the systems of which they appeared on. So, yeah, we're basically done with the game. However, I'm going to have one more session of this game, as we're not done here yet. We're getting close to the 3-hour mark, but we're not done. Like I said, I'm going to be planning on doing one more play session of this game. Not necessarily to show off New Game Plus, but rather a new set of challenges that have now become available since finishing God of War on any difficulty. It doesn't matter what difficulty it is, a new set of challenges is available. And for those of you who are familiar with God of War, know exactly what I'm talking about. This set of challenges is going to be testing our skill, might, and brain to their absolute limit. It's definitely going to be a fun and bumpy ride, let me tell you. But the rewards will be so worth it, especially for New Game Plus runs. I'm just saying. Anyway, my thoughts, as far as my thoughts on the game, I'll go over those after we finish the next play session. As here, though it seems the most appropriate to do so, like I mentioned, we're not done. We still have one last set of challenges to go through, another set of extras to show off, and most of the other content. After we conquer this last set of challenges, the rest of the content will basically become unlocked, with a couple of exceptions which require you to beat the game on God mode. Which, again, like I mentioned before, that's not happening. I'm not going for God mode at all. Heck, there isn't even a trophy on PlayStation 3 that requires you to play the game on God mode at all. The only thing it really requires you to do as far as trophy completion is concerned is just play through the entire game and beat it in under 5 hours. That's really the only endurance that you have to worry about here. But that's really about it. I mean, with New Game Plus, you can do it in, like, one session, really. Or if you're a speedrunner of this game, you could definitely do that without a problem whatsoever. But, yeah. That's basically the entire journey. Kratos will return. Obviously, since we have a frickin' collection of God of War games here. 2 of them. Actually 3, to be exact. But even so, now that that's done, we have one more thing to show off here. We have several options in the treasures section. At the start of the game, you get access to the making of God of War as well as the God of War trailers. I'm not going to play the God of War trailers for obvious reasons, but I will be showing off the making of God of War, however. just not right now. Not until the end of the next play session. After beating the game, you get access to several new options, such as the credits, deleted levels, heroic possibilities, visions of ancient Greece, monsters of myth, the bird of the beast, god mode, the character graveyard, which are like cut enemies and cut pieces of content, challenge of the gods, which this is the main meat and potatoes of the next session. Challenge of the gods is gonna be one hell of a frickin' feat to conquer. That is for certain. We also have a few additional options which are locked, unfortunately. Like I said, you have to beat God mode in order to unlock a secret revealed, the fate of the Titan, and I believe Secret Message 1 as well. Additional costumes require you to just complete Challenge of the Gods in order to unlock them. The additional costumes... Oh, and the Easter egg? Let's read it. It's a random set of numbers. I wonder what this could mean. Well, believe it or not, like I mentioned, this is actually the first half of this Easter egg here. The first secret message is actually the same as the second secret message, and it essentially moves all those numbers that were displayed to like one singular line. So what that is, it's a real 1-800 number, and I believe the number is still in service today. So if you dial that number with your phone, you'll get like a pre-recorded message from Kratos, Kratos' voice actor, saying that you have basically played through the entirety of the game and also beaten the game on God mode. So that is your final reward for completing the game on God mode. Just getting secret message number 1. Although I think you have to have secret message number 2 unlocked in order to even get this. Although I think you can still get this secret message if you've already played through the entire game, I think. So yeah, that's basically it. That's basically everything else that there's left to unlock, and like I said, 1 is unlocked via the Challenge of the Gods completion, and the others are unlocked via God mode. Which, like I mentioned before, I'm not doing a God mode playthrough. That is too much of a hassle, too much of a pain, and a big waste of time. At least in my opinion. But for those of you who are up to the challenge, welcome to pain, welcome to die. It literally becomes Dark Souls. I'm not kidding. It literally becomes Dark Souls. Because that's just how difficult God of War truly is on God difficulty. I mean, if I had a really hard time defeating Ares on normal, oh man, I'm not ready for God mode. That is for certain. But yeah, that's basically it, folks. I'm done here for today. This is General Snivy with the God of War playthrough. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you were able to attend the live stream live, thank you for attending. The next time I play this game again, it will be the final session of the entire playthrough. The next session, we're going to be taking on the hardest set of challenges in the entire game, which is the Challenge of the Gods. 10 rooms, 10 challenges. Can you make it to the end? Only one way to find out, and that is to tune in next time for the finale of God of War. See you all then!